everyone! Welcome back to Fractures of Reality. In the last session, according to what Neku told me, because I have no memory of it, Vienna got drunk, the party got given some jobs, and apparently Neku is going to be doing some grave digging soon.
Don't worry about it.
Bad juju!
I'm breaking a lot of laws of life, but it's okay. It's the name of science. And whenever someone does that, nothing ever goes wrong.
Sure.
Bad juju.
Can I have a citation for that?
Nope.
What do you? I believe you guys were taking the mission to escort the merchant. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did we not already do that?
Magic.
Yeah, we did that already. But we were going to take it to the elf city. We went to the elf city.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. So what are you guys gonna do now then?
Just Jezebel is aware. What happened was Cicada tried to cast divination to talk to Alar about Mittens to wanting to eat, having to eat souls for sustenance, and wanted to ask why that is. And when she tried to cast it, all the windows and doors burst open. Then she tried to cast it again, and then a bunch of gems came out from the ground in an explosion. And the third time she tried to cast the spell, just a cantrip, she turned white.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Korax cast something and killed 3 of the minis.
Oh yeah,
Which ones did they kill?
the ones outside here.
These are the ones over here.
Oh yeah. Yes, I did a recolor just for this instance.
Didn't the minis technically not get killed because they still have their souls in there?
That's correct.
What?
Yeah, the minis. The minis were destroyed, but their souls are fine, so Charlotte will be able to rebuild them.
Yeah. What Korax tried to do was cast
Ray of Frost.
a ray of
Go-
frost,
Just up into the air.
and
Yeah,
then it turned into a friggin' blizzard. Again.
I suppose Charlotte can add the minis to the list along with her Granny Dearest.
Yeah. And once we reached the elf city, we weren't the only ones experiencing wild magic.
No, you weren't. And you discovered that Vienna was drunk.
Yeah.
But that doesn't tell me what you guys want to do now.
Clara's going to mentally ask Cricket, could you swap out Cicada's illusion stone with the evocation stone so I can do some healing? Since apparently we could do magic with if we have the stone.
You try to do that, however, you get a dial tone back, and it sounds like your call could not be connected. Please check the number and try again.
Eh? I was unable to contact Cricket, Clara says out loud.
But you can't contact him?
I got an answering machine?
What is an answering machine?
Clara says the equivalent or something like that.
There isn't one.
Oh, there isn't?
You have no idea, except what it said. That it said something about a call not being connected and to check the number.
The heck
Yeah,
is
Clara
that
shares
supposed
that.
to mean?
I don't know.
Oh, well, this thing keeps getting better and better. All right, so Korax is going to sprint around the city as fast as she can, administering lay on hands to anyone who seems wounded.
Is lay on hands is a type of magic, isn't it?
Uh, uh, the developers have actually weighed in on this. It does not count as a spell, and will in fact work in an anti-magic field.
Okay. I'll allow it. You help heal the injuries of the... Right, I remember. Because Vienna is the god of death, nothing is dying at the moment. Oh, well, it's a bit of a coin flip on if you'll die or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that keeps them alive long enough for me to get them. So
Yep. So you save quite a few people.
yeah, 1 point of lay on hands each, so I can do up to 25.
Yeah, so you managed to save 25 people.
Yeah, and after that, I'm going to sprint over to my family's home to see if they're okay.
Well, considering most of them weren't really magic casters, yeah, they're all fine.
Yeah.
I specifically remember there was one guy who decided to went wild and had a fireball directly on top of him and
Right.
was burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
But he's
Oh.
not dead.
So I guess that means that we can't use any horror magic right now.
We cannot use any magic without it immediately going wild.
Everybody gets the wild magic.
Or
charged.
as the DM,
All right.
out of character, or as the DM would say, you can try.
Good thing I'm not very good with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay, good, because I was trying to use a cantrip just as like a conjury, and then I turned white.
Yep. Well, maybe for the fun of it, I'll experiment with this too. But for now, I guess so we're at the Elf City right now. Is that where we're going right now?
Yep.
Let's go see if we can find the merchant.
Eh,
Hopefully they're okay.
And unless we don't want anything else to happen, perhaps lay off the magic for a bit, my friends.
yeah.
You see the merchant with his wagon waiting by the gates for right where the information said he would be. And I believe this was 20 gold, right? For completion?
I think so. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it
Pretty
was.
sure remember you said it was, yeah.
It was a low amount.
Yeah, because it's just a quick escort. Do you guys approach him?
Clara approaches and says, "Hello. Are you the merchant that was looking for escort?"
Oh yes, are you the contact set to escort me to Appalachia?
My friend
I
and
was-
I are here to transport you, yes.
I was told you're very good at being discreet.
Some of us, anyway. And just will kind of glance over to you.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, I have some package. Well, I have some packages that must make it to Appalachia, and they must not be disturbed. You are not to look into my wagon, and you are to escort me there. And if you do so, you will be given 20 gold.
Doesn't seem like all that important to only have 20 gold. What's the issue with Little Peak?
He just looks at you strangely.
We'll just shrug and she goes, very well then.
He's like baffled that, and he just says, "What are you, nobles?"
Adventurers, actually.
No, of course, you're adventurers, of course, of course. He rubs his head for a moment, and then he starts speaking in a very slow accent, like he thinks you're children. 20 gold is 20 years of work.
Right, keep forgetting gold is.
Jezebel
Oh, shoot.
somewhat frowns a little bit at the way he's treating him, and then she grins and she walks really close to him, leading up to his face. She goes, "We're not children, dear. You don't need to act that way. We can easily just leave you here and have someone else take you
Go on then. I'll pay someone else.
for 20 gold."
He just looks to you and then says, why are all you adventurers like this? 20 gold is a reasonable price. Would you rather I pay you 5 gold then? I could go to the guards and pay them 5 gold to get them to escort me. But no, I'm like, oh, I'll splurge a bit, I'll get some higher level adventurers to make sure I get there in one piece and that they can do it discreetly. But no, apparently 20 gold isn't good enough for you. You know what? Forget it. He turns his wagon around like it's being pulled by a donkey and walks away.
That could have gone better.
That really could have gone better, Jezebel.
You have to do that, Jez?
I don't like his tone, Jezebel says with a hand on her hip. Besides, if he's going to whine about that the whole time, it's going to be a very boring trip.
Well, we have the house. It wouldn't take us that far. It wouldn't take us that long.
And
You also have to factor in that too. Like, he doesn't know you have the house.
And also with the
Sorry, Sorry, I interrupted you, Corax. Go on.
at this point, Korax arrives back. Okay, Adjian got caught at one of the fireballs. We all had a good laugh about that. Apart from that, everything's fine.
Wait,
Jezebel
Ajian,
scared our client away.
Ajian,
What?
You mean that idiot brother of yours?
Yep. He was moaning and covered in aloe vera. It was hilarious.
If I had known Vierna was gonna end up freeing him and the poppycocks, I would have told her not to bother.
Anyway, Jezebel scared away our client.
Huh?
Say
Somebody-
I scared him away, as more so I probably touched a nerve and he walked away.
Okay,
somebody
tell me exactly what happened.
TLDR, somebody wanted us to escort them to Appalachia. They offered us 20 gold, and a couple of us tried to haggle.
well,
badly.
Jezebel in particular tried to haggle. And it failed.
And Richard informed us that apparently 20 gold pieces is 20 years of work.
That's a giant exaggeration.
Exactly.
Unless he's a very poor merchant.
Exactly, and not only that, but he treated us as if we were dumb, mindless adventurers that care only for gold, apparently.
I mean, if he's offering simple escort quests, then he was probably expecting beginners.
I wouldn't have minded. He had something apparently he didn't want us to see in his wagon. I admit, got a little too curious. Might have tried a little too much than I didn't need to.
Well, if you... And right, whatever. So what's the actual job we took?
That was the job we took.
Why did you take a beginner quest for us?
Just much kind of shrugs. She goes, "I thought it might be something interesting, but then since I found out what kind of gentleman he is, apparently not so much."
And that excited to fight off a few goblins, were you?
We're also apparently supposed to be relaxing, so there's that.
Dear, after all we've been through, so to speak, in these past couple of...
Okay,
I
look,
wanna
there's... Okay, Jezebel, there's relaxing and then there's slumming it.
Willow just gives a shrug. She goes, well, didn't quite like his tone anyway.
Okay, well, what do you guys want to do now?
Eh,
You still have plenty of jobs you can pick from, but yeah, the merchant isn't going to allow you to escort him now.
I mean, Karas can try to go escort him if he wants him to, but I'm just going to stay in the city, I guess.
No thanks. Leave those to the adventurers just starting out. That is what those jobs are for.
Well, what's the closest job to us right now to the Elf City?
Alright, well, let me take you all over to the map. So, the map is loading in. It'll load in slowly but surely. Okay. So, you guys are in the Great Elf City.
Mm-hmm.
The mineshaft cave-in was over in the feudal colonies there. There's a mine there, and they're seeking people to rescue anyone that's still alive down there. It's roughly about 100 gold, I think was what I said. I should really write these down. You know what? I'm gonna write them down on the quests.
Tempting as that one is, I'm not sure that one fits our skill set.
Yeah, especially considering that our magic is currently going on the fritz.
Well,
Well, we don't
also,
need.
what skills do we? Well, even without that, what skills do we have that let us, prop up a crumbling mine shaft?
I don't know, but I would like to. I would like to at least confirm whether or not any of them are still alive.
To confirm that, dude, I should go in there.
Hopefully someone will stop being drunk by the time we arrive at our next destination, but actually, someone is drunk. They might still be alive. If there's any potential casualties.
That
Well,
depends.
from what your rogue friend told you, Jezebel, the main entrance to the cave caved in, but those who are still deeper in the cave should still be in there, and they've got a good couple of days, and they've been digging out a small bit so that they can potentially try and send supplies through. But yeah, basically there's probably at least a couple people alive in there, and there might be some water, from cave ponds. So they just want to see if anyone's still alive down there.
Yeah, as I said, it's a worthy cause that doesn't really suit our skill set. This should really be passed to emergency services.
What's an emergency service?
Oh no.
You mean adventurers?
I'm pretty
Do
sure
these
that,
feudal
yeah, I'm
colonies-
about to say that's what adventurers
Nope.
are for.
Don't the feudal colonies fall under all under the Dominion's protection?
Dominion. Dominion's protection?
The elves.
What's... Oh. Yeah. But of course not. Do you think the Elf City would go out of their way to protect another one? They were too busy trying to keep the order in their own city, let alone help others out. The feudal colonies, you'd know this, is basically a collection of slightly medieval towns and cities that are mostly elven, but they're not under the jurisdiction of the elf city. They're close neighbors, but they're more like that. They're places that have a king. so to speak.
Okay, so okay, there's a misunderstanding. I, out of character, was under the impression that they were ruled by the Elf City.
No, they're self-governed,
Okay,
but they do trade with the Elf City.
okay. The one at the bottom. I'm actually at just Korak's side. Does Korax know what a Leviathan is?
A Leviathan is a giant sea serpent.
And does he know? Okay.
And as for where it is down near Ros Apationis, in a small section of the ocean that is called the Sea of Traitors.
All the way over here.
I mean, this. That's a very long way to travel, and how are any of us on water?
I
Well, there's a reason it's 1,000 gold.
Indeed.
I do have water breathing, but again, wild magic.
Yeah, and out of character, if it's the Leviathan, I'm thinking inking of the 1,000 gold is frankly stiffing it.
I am still in favor of looking at the cave-in or tracking down a lost exploration team.
Strange monster. What's that?
Some strange monsters were spotted. If you look up near Appalachia and you look towards the Zioni Plains, the strange monsters were spotted over there, I believe.
Okay, is there any kind of description, or does it just say strange monsters?
Strange monsters, that's all you're given.
I have to say, I'm curious about that one.
Our character,
I believe. Sorry?
our character wasn't Jezebel told like there was a tabaxi with like something where the head was supposed to be, like a tail where the head was, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, like they were basically they've been blocking this very large intersection that most roads pass through because, you know, you got this giant forest that's like really difficult to traverse across now. And that's right. Again, remember, my memory is a bit bleh. But yeah, you did get a description actually. It was basically that they seem to be combinations of creatures. And they all seem to be slightly swapped around. For an example, a tabaxi having a tail where its head should be.
Yep.
And its head being where its posterior would be.
Okay, follow-up question. Do they seem to be hostile, or just standing there? Like, have they attacked anyone?
She said that they just saw it and then they died really quickly.
Yeah, like they glimpsed it, and it was aggressive, but it also died very quickly. Like it sort of just fell apart.
Okay, so
Again, I'm keeping the descriptions vague because I'm trying not to go into too much detail.
I get that.
It's more so they saw strange creatures that seem out of the ordinary, and they want us basically to investigate. That's about it.
And honestly, they just want them gone. They don't really want to investigate them. They're just in the way.
I'm smelling a mad scientist of some kind here.
Or it could have something to do with what the drow were doing.
This doesn't look like anything the drow were doing, but could be.
I mean, considering what we saw in that world, and the fact that they were trying to pull a god from that world.
Perhaps, but
Who knows what else they could have? Who knows what else they could have pulled out in the attempt?
okay. Yeah, the strange monsters strange monsters has my vote.
Well, could be something interesting to look into. Especially
And
since the merchant wasn't very interesting at all.
Well, what would you guys like to do?
I guess that I really don't know.
Yeah, it's
30
just
minutes has come by and we have not made a decision.
No.
Nope, you have not.
Very productive.
You guys have literally been just standing on the road in the Elf Street, looking over the list that Jezebel was given, and the vague directions, and just going,
hmm.
Is that if I'm right about the strange monsters one, then maybe that should be the one. Then maybe that is the one we should take. Anyone else wouldn't know how to fight anything from that world.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Laura has made a poll in the fractures chat. While you guys decide what you want to vote for there, Charlotte,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm just working on the frame of the body, and I guess I'm gonna. Do I know where our family's grave site is at?
You do, yes. And
Bye.
yeah, they buried her in the backyard, and put a nice little gravestone, planted some flowers. Typical thing.
Yeah, sure.
So I will say this: you're trying to finish the main chest piece that goes over all the wires and that, and you realize you don't have enough metal.
Ah.
It's going to take 20 pieces of metal to make the frame.
I don't even have any metal.
So just something to consider. You did get a little bit done, but you can see why your grandmother wrote down on her notes, I'll worry about the frame later.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna. Got no money, got no way to get metal, so just wait for everyone else at the house.
Alright,
Going to the graveyard, I guess. I mean,
so you head to the graveyard then. Do you do the deed?
I use the goggles first, see if it's above the grave.
There is a small flicker of a small piece of her soul in the grave.
Charlotte's gonna look really conflicted over looking over this grave site, and she's determined. And she never really backed down from stuff like this, so she's willing to do it. Yeah.
Well, for your sake, I won't describe it, but if anyone remembers the scene in Full Metal Alchemist, that's basically what's happening here. And I need you to make a con save. And also for the sake of anyone eating food at the moment.
Understandable.
16.
Alright, you manage to hold yourself in, and you successfully retrieve a piece of her soul. As you pick up the piece, you see a memory. It's of your grandmother staring at that spot in the garden. At that time in the past, like you weren't even born then. So she's probably, I'd say, in her 50s ish. Like I believe your race lives for about 80 years, so yeah, around the 50s. And she's looking at the spot, and you can feel yourself rubbing your chin as you look at it and going, and you hear her say, "Man, I really need to do something there. It's just empty. The feng shui is really off." What's a feng shui? Wait, why did I say that? Whatever. Probably picked it up from some travelers from those Mohems, whatever those islands are called. Whatever. She tilts her head a bit, does the camera thing, and then she just goes, "Aha!" And she turns towards the house, which you can see has been freshly painted, and it looks like it was very recently acquired. And she grabs a pot from another corner of the garden and drags it over to that corner and places it down. Now the other corner is completely empty. She steps back, glances between the two corners, and goes, "Perfect." And that's the memory.
Wait, if Charlotte is seeing this and part of her soul is now in mine, does that mean I also see this vision?
I'll leave that
Or
up to
is it just Charlotte?
I think that's faded by now, unless I'll leave it up to Charlotte.
I mean, Charlotte's soul is connected to cicadas. I don't think there was.
Yeah, but Cicada's soul isn't connected to your grandmother's soul. You're holding it, yes, so you are connected, which is why I'm saying I'll leave it up to you.
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. Love the cricket thing. I'll say yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you do kind of catch a glimpse of that, and we will get to that in a moment. I'm just going to finish up Charlotte's thing first, and then we'll get to you, Cicada.
Okay.
So, Charlotte, the memory ends, and you're left there holding the piece of her soul.
Charlotte looks to the soul. Tries to clean together the memories she has. Holds on to it tightly. She looks over to the empty spot. It was still empty.
Nope, the pot was moved back.
And walks to it and just simply sighs. You're so sporadic.
Like there's still even some like a very old dragging marks. Like you get the impression this pot was moved quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'm also assuming
Back.
I'm also assuming you rebury her, of course.
Yeah, she would not like leave it out.
Yeah. So you head back?
I would head back and try to see what I need left and try to put together the piece of souls that she has so far.
Alright. So while you're doing that, Cicada, while everyone is bickering and arguing and trying to determine what they want to do, you have the vision. What do you do?
What the heck was that?
You have a sudden craving to rearrange your feathers. You know, you got the sudden urge to preen.
Yeah. She does manage to fix up her ruffled feathers. Yeah, that was weird.
Do you tell the others
Talk
about
to
this?
Charlotte. What?
I was just asking, do you tell the others about this? But then you did, so never mind.
I need to talk to Charlotte. than me.
Alright, so you head off and the others continue their heated discussion about what to do. You head over to Charlotte's.
Yeah.
Charlotte's in her workshop. She seems to be busy.
Okay,
The
she
door-
knocks on the door first.
You still haven't fixed the door, have you?
There's just
Oh.
tarp, I guess, I think.
It's just a tarp.
Yeah.
Charlotte, are you there?
Oh, hey, what's up?
I think I just had a weird vision of someone who kind of looked like you. Was that your grandmother?
It was from first person.
Oh.
But you did feel like a rabbit because you have been a rabbit, so you know that.
Okay.
We have previous experience. You're approved.
Yeah, so,
Sure.
what was that exactly?
It's if you experienced the same thing I had, it was probably a vision of someone I respect a lot.
Oh.
Are you okay?
It was, not sure how to feel about this all of a sudden.
You want me to separate the link? I didn't even realize it would affect you.
Yeah. I mean, if that's okay.
Yeah, I understand. I'll sever it later.
Alright.
Well, that's all. I'm gonna go back to work.
Alrighty.
You see Raichi with her, like she's sitting on one of the benches with the wrench in her lap, and she's got one leg crossed and is just looking at this exchange from where she's sitting. She looks like she looks like she hasn't worked at all, but Charlotte would know that Raichi has been working. She just looks like she's been completely not working at all. And she looks to you, Cicada, and she just sort of licks her lips a bit.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Alright. Tell your dad I said hi.
Okay.
Trudge closes the tarp afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. With that, do you wait for the others or do you go back to them? Cicada.
I'm gonna wait a bit and see what everybody else is planning.
Alright. So, 4 hours later, everyone returns to the Catmobile. And you've all finally decided on what you're going to be doing.
It took us 4 hours to figure that out.
Yep.
Wow.
If it took 30 minutes in real life, it took you 4 hours in game.
Fair enough.
So,
So, we're going to face these monsters, and hopefully someone will stop being drunk by the time we get there.
Hopefully, I don't want to stay like this forever, you know.
My people can't stay like this forever.
I'll make sure that Cricket keeps us posted.
So, you guys are going to start heading out and up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, let me just check something. So, it is. You'll have to go around that. So, we'll go that way. So I'd say, so it's about 40. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, it's about a 2-day journey.
Okay.
How many days?
2.
That on that distance?
Yep.
On a moving cat.
Yep.
That seems a lot more different shit than I'm used to.
Well, it's flying, so yeah, the cat
Is it
can fly.
flying now? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Cricket gave it back its wings.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, night comes, and the house doesn't need to sleep, so it continues flying through the night, but you guys rest up. And in the morning, Cicada, you're back to normal.
Oh, thank God. The spell wore off.
So, does anyone try a spell?
I am gonna cut the connection since Peter requested it.
Okay, you do so. So, does anyone try a spell?
Okay, I'm going to be brave and test it. I'm just going to try and once again manifest a spectral insect via infestation in my hand.
You concentrate, and a handful of crickets appear in your hand.
Ah, thank God. Thank the God.
Fiona is no longer drunk.
Thank goodness.
Unfortunately for Vienna, sure, it's very hard to get a girl drunk and very hard for them to stay drunk. Because, legendary resistances. Yeah. What do you guys do now? You've still got a day's travel.
Cicada, didn't you have a spell you were casting when we found out about the wild magic?
Oh, right, yeah. I was gonna cast ritual cast divination to talk to Alar.
Okay. What do you ask Allah?
Okay, is there a reason why Mittens 2 here needs to subsist on souls?
Well, Neku?
Alright. A reply comes back to Cicada saying this. Oh, you could just call me. This is a weird way of doing it. But to answer that, simple. A soul is the strongest form of magic in my eyes. So, what takes more magic needs more souls.
Okay. I have no idea how we can possibly get souls.
Alright, good luck with that. Not my problem.
Well,
And then the connection just cuts.
right.
You actually hear, like, softly in the background, like, her going, now where's my intendant? I need to get high. Is that? I mean, if you want it to, Neku, it is your character.
And that is fine. I don't think I think we do push Alar being super high 100% of the time a little too harsh, but
Sorry, I just thought it'd be a funny joke. I'll stop.
I get you. Yeah.
All right. Well, you got your answer.
Yeah, that was an answer.
So, what'd you say?
Apparently souls are the highest form of magic in her eyes. So, yeah.
I vote to not talk to Charlotte about this. Why don't you do it?
Uh, I mean, we already talked to her about maybe creating artificial souls.
She
But-
was less willing to do so.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna do that. Which puts us in a bit of a bind.
Because your mittens is getting hungry.
And yeah, that means we are going to have to make a sacrifice, which I am not planning on. I don't know. Souls are a tricky business.
So, are you going to go tell Charlotte, or
How? Oh my god.
Alright.
Alright.
Hmm?
Hey, Charlotte.
Ah,
Yes, I'm
welcome
back to
back.
normal. Hi.
Raichi is in the exact same place she saw her last time.
Yeah, figures. So, about those artificial souls.
Uh-huh. You mean the ones that have their own thoughts in life? Yeah, what about it?
It's
Not.
about mittens too.
Uh-huh.
And they need souls to sustain themselves and be energized. Otherwise, we're probably not going to be moving anywhere. For a
You
while.
realize how you're sounding, correct?
I know, I hate this. I don't want to suggest it.
The only advantage you have gained from giving a way of life, even if it's artificial or not, is faster movement. I'm not willing to abide by that. That's your need over a life, Cicada.
That's
You should really
really
look at yourself over that,
Mittens two's need over this.
which is a benefit to you. Is the reason why you truly care.
Look, I tried talking to Alar about this via divination. Maybe we could try some magic instead? As a substitute?
I will go look at mittens too. That makes you feel better. I'm not
Okay.
willing to give up a full artificial soul for it, however.
That is understandable.
Because otherwise, what's the difference between us and the cult at that point?
Right. I don't want to turn us into a cult, I swear.
Alright, I'll look
I
at
am
mittens.
I am just as unnerved about this as you are, trust me.
Rudy was right.
Hmm?
Rudy was right. There's cults everywhere.
God
Yes.
damn it.
I mean, honestly, if you really look at it from a very critical viewpoint, Charlotte's not wrong.
Sorry to interrupt the roleplay. Continue.
Yeah. I'll look at it. Raichi, if you can do what you can for preparations, I know we're low on supplies and metal. Hopefully, we do that Leviathan job so we can get a lot of gold.
I've been
Have you guys got to a decision?
Yeah, we were going to be hunting some monsters.
You mean the one that's worth for 50 gold?
Yeah? We just wanted to investigate further what that was about. And if it's something that we should be concerned about.
Lord. You chose one of the jobs that has the least offering gold, one of them. And hopes for something better or for a goodwill is fine, but there's things that money does help with, as in survival and basic needs. If we didn't have mittens too, we probably wouldn't even make that journey with the gold.
Also, just to check, Neku, you added the money you got from Cicada winning back your money, right?
Yes, it's only 55 gold.
Okay,
Charlotte's actually it's broke really bad.
just checking, cause I just wanted to check.
Charlotte, if it makes you feel any better, I will give you 1,000 gold pieces.
It would. I was interested for the blood reasons, but I extremely need gold.
And you're not interested in seeing how these creatures are being made, seeming that you tinker yourself.
I'm not very interested in bioorganisms, if that's what you're implying.
Well, obviously. But obviously, somebody just as yourself is creating these things. Might as well see who's doing it. Could be interesting.
I have my own projects I have to work on as well. I need income for that. That's why I'm very frustrated with this.
I'm sorry. I will give you the 1,000 gold right now. I have the money.
Don't wait till the job's done. I need to get a lot of metal and I'm having trouble getting it.
You can always
Okay.
ask us there. I have quite a bit of gold myself.
Gold only is there to buy the metal. I just need the metal.
You can easily, that's what I'm saying, pay for the metal.
Oh,
Just as an offer. We will do probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of others were interested in Leviathan. Me, not so much, because it seems like a very risky endeavor. But the temptation of gold, I'm pretty sure, is also nice to have. So it could be something we can also do later.
alright. Well, I'm gonna look at mittens too, see what I can do. I have
Alright.
answers to my own questions. I get slow.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring this up again.
No worries. I should have done this sooner. It just something's very important is holding my attention right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Hmm.
This one looks a little interested as she tells her head. And who could that be?
I think I may have gotten a hint from that, but I'll tell you about it later.
Isabel looks a bit curious, but then she gives a content smile. She goes, "Very well then."
I think it's
I won't
best
pry.
not to pry.
She knows when to pry, when not to pry. Don't worry.
Shirley just simply huffs, just starts walking to mittens too.
Alright, you walk over to the cat head.
Oh, you're getting hungry, right?
I am, yes, meow.
How much longer do you think you can last?
The cat considers that for a moment. Ten more days of travel, meow.
I'll see. Let me know how this feels for you. I'm gonna try and give you something instead. If that's okay.
Meow.
And Charlotte would rest her paw on top of the cat's head. And she will try to focus on what it is to make an artificial soul. Instead, tries to make it as an energy source instead of natural form of existence.
Alright, roll me a check with your tools.
Okay. 13 years.
Oh, wow.
It takes you a few tries to get it just right. Like, you don't make anything, like, with an actual consciousness or anything. But it does take you a few tries to form a soul that doesn't have the soul. And it's basically like, it basically becomes almost like a hollow battery, where it can be filled with energy, and then energy can be taken out.
Right.
So on its own, it's not worth that much energy, but it could definitely be given energy and then fed to Mittens.
So now I gotta give it energy. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
I give it some of my own energy then.
Alright.
Form of spell slots?
How many spell slots are you giving up?
With artificers, I'm gonna test the waters and see how much it would cost if I gave it one spell slot. First level.
You add a little bit of energy, and I mean there's a small bit of energy in, but there's not that much. It's you basically add, I'd say, like a centimeter of water to a glass.
I'm going to give all 4 of my first level spell slots and 2 of my second level and see how much that would give.
You fill it up quite full. It's about 3/4 full.
Okay.
They're pretty full.
And,
Enough that you could take a drink.
Alright, Charlotte will try to give it to Mittens too. I'll she try to feed it to him.
Mins's mouth opens, and you see a black void inside. It almost seems to be sucking you in as you feed the soul. But when it closes, the effect fades. Mins digests the soul a bit, swallows, and then it meows and says, "Meow, you now have 11 days."
I see. Alright.
So that's basically the gist. If you guys want to travel, you can, but you're gonna have to expend spell slots.
I only have 2 5th level spell slots, which I can get after every long rest, or after every short rest, because Warlock.
The level does increase the potency, so higher levels do give more air quotes water in the glass, but you will have to give us spell slots. You've still got 11 days there, but do be aware to keep track of, your travel time.
Well, good to know we can go ahead and use spell slots to help out a little bit.
How much longer is it until we arrive?
You'll be arriving today.
Okay.
Basically,
I assume Charlotte explains this to everyone or something.
Sure. She looks to Clara and says, "You'll give up your part of your magic energies just to feed Mittens now that I've made a container for it.
Okay.
Let me know when you want to do that."
Well, if we were to arriving today, I probably would try all of them. Not like we plan on doing anything.
That's rather risky.
It is good to
But-
know for later, though. Though we can perhaps take turns to make sure their mittens is fed, I suppose.
I'm sure different magic will have different effects on Mittens, so do be cautious how much you feed him at once.
there's one other thing I would like to mention. This is just for Charlotte. Based on what you know of souls, your artificial souls would be worth roughly 10 days, and a proper person's soul would be worth 100 days.
Yeesh.
I mean, it makes sense. Go organic.
So yeah, I just wanted to let Charlotte know that because it's something she might be interested to know.
Anyway, I'm heading back inside now. That's all I got work to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for making the thing.
Of course.
You open the curtain to try and walk through it, Charlotte, and you hit your head on metal. Raichi has finished repairing the door.
You didn't take down the tarp.
I was just about to. Also, I thought it'd be funny if you ran into it.
Charlotte just glares, opens the door, closes the door, opens it again to make sure it's actually worthwhile and goodly made.
It is.
Judges right sheet and then closes the door again.
I mean, I'll get to you in a second, Cicada. So the structure in question is there is some metal in it, but because you've been trying to hide your metal, you realize that Raichi used a bit of the metal you had set aside for the chassis and the structure you were going to build for the robot to make the door and the frame so that it would work for your dragon.
Right.
So yeah, basically she took all the progress you'd done for and set you back to square one.
All right, Chi. Remember that
Wait.
I had made this robot down here for?
Wait. I know that metal was for your robot thing, but I got the money. And she holds out 20 gold. This should cover what I used. Don't worry.
Where did you get that gold from?
Well, I mean, we were passing some travelers during the night and you were all asleep, so I went down, had a quick bite.
How many did you kill?
Oh, none. I just saw this merchant being escorted by some guards and he had 20 gold on him, so I took it.
Oh my god.
No, well, that's perfectly convenient. Well, good job. Also, I'm pretty sure we don't have to hold up the deal with Cicada anymore, so feel free to say whatever you need to.
Ah, yeah, shit. Now we're cooking with fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway, what were you going to say, Cicada?
I was gonna talk to Charlotte for a moment. Gonna say to Charlotte, really appreciate what you've done. Really. Before she went in.
So I would just nod and say I'm just doing what I have to do here.
Okay.
Alright. Do you guys do anything else while you guys are flying the last day?
I'm going to test the whole artificial soul thing and see what 2 5th level spell slots can do to fill that up.
Do 5th level?
2 5th levels.
That adds another day.
Okay. And I can get that back after a short rest.
So, anyone else? Anyone else?
Ryu would probably be taking the opportunity to continue training and continue his Kitsune magic training.
Alright.
Now that someone isn't drunk anymore.
Gotcha. So, you guys all head to bed? No, nothing else you do today?
Charlotte's gonna update a list.
Do you need me to make a handout?
No, it's just a personal list she keeps aside. It has everyone's name on it, including Raichi's, she changes the order. Cicada moved up to third highest now. It's now Cora, Korax, Cicada, Jezebel, Ryu, and then Raichi at the bottom. I will not say what this list means, but that is the list she has now made.
Oh no. Alright. Do you update this list with Raichi in full view?
Yeah, slowly. That must make her feel special.
Raichi narrows her eyes, and then as you're going to bed, she waits for you to fall asleep, and then she goes, right, I got some people to kill.
No! What have you done?
Awesome. This went the exact opposite way that I expected. I'm happy.
What have you done?
I have made a yandere.
So, the morning comes, and with it you realize you guys have landed. You're in the area where the strange creatures were last spotted. And I'm just preparing the map right now, so bear with me.
Alright, I'm just gonna make sure that the horse is fed. My other pets are fed. My cricket, Crikey, who is still mutant.
Yes.
And my new goldfish.
Man,
For reference, if Clara knew that they would be like going to sleep and then waking up the next morning, she would have donated like, we'll go with 3 level 4s and 3 level 3s.
Alright.
So awkward to feel like I'm a half-caster and I still have a lot of spell slots.
You donate such, and I'm not telling you how much you give, because, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just getting the map done. But as it stands, you guys are in the middle of a snowy crossroads.
Okay. I guess I can start things off by trying to see anything magical in the area.
You sense nothing magical.
I'll pop a divine sense. And
Well,
each we can rule some stuff out.
they're not. There's no celestial fiends or undead in the area that you can sense. Well, no, wait. There is one. There is one skeleton that's buried like in a small like little grave area that's set up in the crossroads. You get the impression that some people just bury those who died during the journey there just because it's there. And there's just like one lone skeleton, like
We're
in one.
So, okay, this crossroads just got a lot creepier. Crossroads are already creepy.
To be honest, I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, there's one inside Charlotte's house."
Don't worry about that one.
So, what do you guys do?
Are there any animals in the area?
Roll perception.
Perception.
You don't see any.
We go wrong.
Laura, you see a couple of birds. There's a deer in the distance. You know, just basic wildlife.
Okay.
And you
Don't
don't
see
tell me
anything
any of this.
interest. I don't see anything of interest.
Eh,
Or what are we trying to find against monsters?
Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, I've got the map up for you. There. There's your map.
okay.
I didn't get that correct. Like you guys were trying to find some monsters. That was really weird.
So basically they're looking for monsters that are basically swapped around. For example, say your arm was where your ear is and where your ears are where your arm is.
Also
Oh, I-
Pokemon from Sword and Shield.
Hey. I've been trying to talk for like 3 times now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying that was IC.
I'm sorry, I thought you didn't know, so I was trying to
Oh, I
explain.
did know. I was trying to be in character.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought no one was talking when I was explaining.
No, you're fine.
Anyway, continue.
Snow on the ground, right?
Yes, there's snow on the ground.
So
This
did
one
any
looks-
of the did any of the animals I saw earlier have anything strange to them, or they just not of note?
They're just ordinary animals.
Okay. Go ahead, Isabel.
Just trying to see, besides our footprints, if I see any other footprints, I guess. But my perception isn't very high. Eh.
There's many footprints. This is a crossroads.
Is it a clear day outside?
It is currently fairly clear, yes.
Okay. Charlotte's gonna walk forward, and as she's walking, walking like she's walking on stairs, but she's walking on the air. She just keeps
What?
walking higher and higher, and then she looks like she's doing like a round staircase.
What?
And then she looks down and tries to see if she spot anything big.
Roll perception with advantage, but how are you doing that? Just from everyone else.
Okay.
My God. Boots! You can fly!
Alright. So yeah, roll perception with
Oh, yeah. Just want to add a little flair to that one.
it was very nice and very flary. I just figured they should know. Roll perception with advantage because you are looking from above.
Okay. I'm also going to add an inspiration, but that's like a +4.
Do you mean a point of inspiration or a skill?
It's a flash of genius.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So 25, so that's a 29.
Yeah.
So, Neku, I just want to preface this. If my descriptions get a bit too much, just let me know and I'll turn them back, okay?
Okay.
So you do spot something. About 5 miles in the distance. That's, rough. Yeah, 5 miles, so about 8 kilometers, I think. Anyway, you spot what looks almost like a giraffe. Except its legs appear to be like multiple human legs. Like there's one leg and then it's attached to another leg that is holding up the body. And the body is just this large, like, this chubby man's body. It's basically an orc body, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
They got human legs that are stilts, basically, with a large orc body, and the neck is the tail of a tabaxi, with the head on top of the tail that looks to be some sort of lizard folk.
It's so weird.
And that's what you see, and I will draw it for everyone else. But they can't see it yet.
God.
Trella will start walking, like coming it back down as she's walking down the stairs. Alright, I found something.
What did you find?
I would call it an abomination of organic life, but it's still not right. 2 points.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'll meet you there. Charles just walking back up in the air towards it.
Wait for us.
Alright. You all spot the creature as you get closer.
Oh my god, it's worse than I thought.
What is that?
I need you all to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Eh.
Okay. That's a nat 20 for me.
Oof.
Alright, Gloria and Jezebel, could you roll me a con save? Alright. Gloria and Jezebel, you feel the desire to throw up, but you manage to hold it down.
Meanwhile, Cicada sees this as like, compared to the other dimension, this isn't so bad. she's used to this now.
Isabel just kind of groans. She goes, "You think I'd be used to this after what we've seen before?" All right, then.
But you saw some other things that were more interesting.
Interesting isn't the word I would use.
Yeah, remember that other dimension that we were stuck in for a while?
You see,
The one I didn't get to look at very much.
then the thing starts to move, and that just makes it 10 times worse.
Ugh.
Its joints almost seem to sort of tear as it tries to take a step.
God, what happened to this guy?
Korax is looking a good look. Like, does it seem? Well, let's put it out of its misery.
This has what the drow are doing written all over it.
Ugh.
The tail sort of wags a bit, and the head flops around on it almost sickeningly like it's being sort of dangled by the tail. But eventually it manages to get the tail in a position where the eye can look at you.
Before we decide to attack it, I want to try and get into this thing's head.
Your
With
funeral.
telepathy.
Immediately, you are swarmed with its thoughts. Oh god, it hurts, oh god, what the hell am I? Oh god, kill me, please. Oh god, thank you so much, you're adventurous, thank you. Okay, kill me, please, kill me. Oh my god, kill me, please, kill me.
I am cutting that off.
You cut the connection.
Okay, this thing wants to die.
All I needed to hear. Gallatin, pull Harlequin out.
It's fairly easy for you guys to swiftly dispatch it, especially since it's not fighting back.
Oh. Yeah, there's no coming back from something like this.
Yeah, does this thing look stitched together at all?
Not stitched together, but it is stitched together in a way, but there's not stitches.
Yeah.
Like, roll Arcana.
Yeah, these parts are like they're clearly fused together, right? Like there's no way this thing came into being.
I
Roll Arcana.
I would also like to investigate this as well. I guess that's also Arcana for me.
Go for it.
Korax is guessing she never really studied magic.
Alright. So, anyone who rolled a 15 or above knows enough about magic that if one really, really wanted to, you could probably use transmutation to make this happen.
This is some really bad transmutation from the looks of it.
You probably need some sort of joining agent though, like maybe from the School of Enchantment or maybe conjuration.
Yeah, it's like
Like it wouldn't just be transmutation because the parts have been actively fused together. Like it's not stitched; they've become one solid part.
uh, yeah, I'm gonna relay this to the rest of the group. It's like this is like transmutation mixed with something else.
As I thought, Jezebel, you're a huntress, are you not?
Indeed.
Think you could follow this thing's tracks to wherever it came from?
Well, I sure can try, especially on the fact that this is definitely not something we see every day. I'm curious to see exactly who makes something like this. But it definitely is not natural, and I'm not too sure I would like this very much.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here likes it.
Fortunately for you guys, the moment it died, all the parts fell apart. So now it's just a pile of body parts. So yay! But yeah. So that will be, I believe it's survival.
Okie dokie.
Okay, forget the drow. My gold is on a lich.
Oof.
So you try to follow the tracks, Jezebel, and you end up falling into a trap. You step down and you feel the jaws of a bear trap snap around your leg. You take
Fantastic.
2 piercing damage.
Oh. Are you okay?
Fantastic. I'll be fine. See, with gritted teeth.
Hold on, let me help you get that off.
I guess you were were you shaken up by that thing more than you've been letting on? It's not That's not like you to fall into something like that.
No, but I don't work with snow very much either, dear. Not very often that I can work up in the more colder areas. Not usually very fond of the cold.
I hear ya. As much as my tails would make it look like I would do well in the cold. I'm grown up in a forest my whole life, so
Charlotte would put on her goggles again to check around the body parts.
You can see the traces of the soul that will inhabited it. And you notice that it actually didn't have a heart. But you can see it definitely had a soul.
But no physical heart.
Well, I mean, the chest did have a heart, but it's been dead for a while.
Oh.
Charlotte takes a breath and puts away her goggles afterwards. She looks rather pissed and tries to look around for any tracks herself.
Sure. By this point, you've managed to pull your leg out, Jezebel.
I look a little annoyed, but I just kind of like wipe off
Sure.
whatever scratch or blood I got, and I just stand back up and give my leg a shake and just stomp over stubbornly and irritated.
Okay, Charlotte, it is a new day, so you have your flash of genius back. If you wish to use it.
Yeah.
It's your choice if you want to use it. I just wanted to make sure you're aware. So, Charlotte, you try to follow or pick back up the tracks, but because of Jezebel's flailing around as she got rather rudely she stepped on something that was a little clingy.
I mean, I didn't say it was flailing, but okay.
Regardless, you unfortunately destroyed most of the tracks in the near vicinity with your natural one.
Oh,
And that's why Charlotte failed.
ah. Alright, now that Jezebel seems to be okay for the most part, I'm going to fly up and see if I can't find any more that are still hanging around.
Roll perception.
Okay.
You're in the air, so you have advantage.
20.
It takes you a bit of looking, but you do see one closer to the mountains. There appears to be one that's got a wing for a head, a wing for a leg, a large body that looks to be like some sort of cat, and spider legs.
Ugh. Does it seem to be heading in or out of some place?
Well, no, it just seems to be currently smashing right into a tree and then wandering and then smashing into another tree because it doesn't have eyes.
Ugh. Okay, there's another one closer to the mountain. I say as I go back down.
Another one. Great.
Ah, yes, it wouldn't.
Body parts. Ugh.
Ah, yes, I should draw you guys a drawing so you can see what I mean. There's the wing, and there's the wing. Then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go.
Ugh. It's like has no head. It's just a body with wings and spider legs. Ugh.
Do you think you could ask it where it came from, Cicada?
I can try, but I make no guarantees that it even has a mind.
So you guys head over to the spider bird.
Yeah. And I'm going to try again with the telepathy and see what it's trying to say.
You reach out. You reach out with telepathy, but you don't find anything there because it doesn't have a mind.
Yeah, it doesn't have a brain. Okay.
Its intelligence is 0, which is why it's smashing into trees.
Right.
I'm gonna pull in my goggles again. Check on it.
There is a soul inside.
Instead of waiting for deciding, Charlotte shoots it.
The creature falls, and the soul is released and it flies away.
Someone's doing wrong research.
Uh,
Do you think we're getting closer?
Maybe, but
sh-
let's see if we can't find any more tracks and see where this thing came from. This
Hopefully,
time.
Jezebel won't destroy the tracks this time.
Alright, this time I'm going to be rolling survival.
Too soon, Clara.
Too soon, Clara.
I'll give her a +4.
You actually find the tracks because Jezebel's tail was pointing right in that direction. Like you were checking her out a little bit, just glancing over to her because you were like worried that Clara's comment had, made Jezebel a little sulky, and you realize her tail is pointing right towards one of the tracks. And using that, you're able to follow it.
It's going in this direction. Or
In other words, you were looking at her ass.
I was about to
Hey.
say, I was about to ask. Basically, is she looking at my ass? I was about to say that.
I'm only teasing, Cicada. I'm only teasing. I just thought it would be a nice detail to have, the tiefling tail be pointing. I'm only teasing. But yeah, you manage to find the tracks and you see that they lead. Well, it's a little hard because they keep going bumping into trees, but based on the zigzaggy way that they're going, you can guesstimate that they came from the mountain range.
They're definitely coming from somewhere in the mountain range. I think if we keep following these tracks, we might be able to find the source of where these things are coming from.
Well, the job was to mostly get rid of them. So to get rid of them, we have to find the source.
Yep.
Pretty logical.
I don't know who is responsible for these abominations, but they need to stop. Because
You suddenly get a message, Cicada, and everyone else except for Corax. I have found the location of the last two.
What? Wait, you have?
The Corax, you see everyone start talking to thin air. And I'm gonna take you to the map because I'm gonna show you exactly where. Because Cricket is going to show you a basically far off view of Norheim. So basically, you get a brief out of body experience where you see all of Norheim in a single glimpse.
What?
Ooh.
The first is being held by some sort of scientist in the Zioni Plains.
We're just there. We are
second.
right now.
The second was eaten by a serpent off the coast of Ros Apatianos.
Oh boy.
Oh
How
boy.
convenient.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty convenient.
Uh-huh.
Alright, thanks for telling us, Cricket. We'll
I am
get the
going to.
first one soon.
Very well, I shall look into the one at Ros Apatianos.
Okay.
Beware there might be a what's the word again? Leviathan. So this snake thing may not probably be what you think it is. Just a warning.
Very well.
Sorry,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have no need to warn him. Jezebel says with a shrug to glance at Cicada and everybody.
Yeah.
He is, after all, Cricket. But it wouldn't hurt to maybe give him a heads up just in case, since he's still not quite familiar with the way a realm is.
Well, in any case, Korax, you probably didn't hear any of that, but
Correct.
plans remain unchanged. We're still going to the mountains to figure this whole thing out.
Right.
Because I get the feeling I know what's going on here.
Which two? Remind me again. Which of the two stones were missing?
Enchantment and divination. So this one has to be enchantment, for sure.
Oh, wonderful. But now it's in a way is these creatures are starting to somewhat make sense now.
Yep.
And giving it that we're heading in this apparently the right direction. So that means we probably better be ready to confiscate this out of whoever has it right now.
So, if so, if someone's twisted enough to take living things and turn them into abominations like this, I doubt they'll hand the stone over quietly.
Right.
They're failures as scientists.
So, do you guys continue to head towards the mountains?
E.
Then with that, unless there's something else you guys would like to do before we wrap up, we will wrap up here.
Okay.
Any last bits?
No, I'm good.
Oh no, do I want to do it? Why not?
Um,
Just for fun. As we're getting ready to walk away, Jezebel walks up to Cicada for a second and she pulls her and she goes, I saw you checking me out there. Am I pleasing to you? Am I pleasing to the eye?
I was worried about your leg. Gosh.
Aw, don't pout this Cicada. Maybe she would just want to hug you and kiss you more. And she kisses her cheek.
She blushes, but she doesn't say anything else.
That's all I wanted.
Charlotte still knows your secrets, Cicada.
And Charlotte, please.
Anyway, with that, we will wrap up. Thank you all for tuning in. See you next week. Bye bye.